Hey, what's up everyone? Torrence here, and today I want to take you through the project file for my new track, Feed Me Pills, which is out now on Rave Room Recordings. This project file has a lot involved with it, so I want to take you through all the aspects I can, from the kick, to the bass, to the drums, to the vocal, leads, the breakdown, the one-shots, the effects, the atmospheres, everything that we can look at in this project file we're going to dive into today. If you haven't heard the track yet, go and stream it first and then come back to this video. But without further ado, let's jump into Ableton and let's check it out. So the way that I approached this was I built this kick with a combination of two different kick samples. I really liked the impact and the thump of one sample, and I liked the rumble, the tail of another sample. And what you can do if you're really careful with it is you can combine two samples to create one kick. So if I just go ahead and solo just one kick here, we can check out, this is what the kick sounds like on its own. I'll solo the whole stack here. So that's everything we have going on in the kick, but let me show you the component parts. So if I mute this, we have the main thump part of the kick here. And then I liked the rumble on this second part of the kick here. And that's a different sample. So what I did is I just combined them, and then I used this crossfade to make sure that the transition point between these two samples crossed over in a smooth way. Here's the sound with the processing, and what I'm talking about is this right here and also this MIDI right here. This is the bass. Let's take a listen. So you can hear it's this wobbly, kind of distorted bass with a lot of reverb on it. But check this out. I'm going to turn off most of the processing at the channel level and the group level. So I'll turn this off, and then on the main group, I have some processing as well. I'm going to turn all of this processing off so we can hear it as it's coming out of the synth, just how it sounds straight out of the synth. This main group right here, this is all the hi-hats, as I recall. And I spend a good amount of time finding the right hi-hat layers because, again, in techno, the drums and the hi-hats are very, very important to the groove and the danceability of the track. So I spend some time thinking about which hi-hat samples to use. And here are the four that I've got in this stack. They're all stacked on top of each other to create the one hi-hat that we hear. So I've got this layer. This one here is from an Andy G pack. That one's really, really airy. It adds presence to this hi-hat. Got this one here. And this one here. One thing I've been challenging myself to think a lot about the last year is the identity of every track I make, and the reason why someone would remember the track as compared to all of the other tracks that are coming out all the time. There's so much music coming out every single day. We have to make music that is unique, that has a unique identity, that stands apart, and that people are going to remember from all of the other music that's coming out, right? Think about someone at an event, or if you're at an event and you're listening to an hour-long set, there's usually one or two tracks in a set that you remember as special, memorable moments. And as producers that are coming up, trying to make a name for ourselves, trying to create a career for ourselves, we should try and make our tracks be those tracks in an hour-long set that are the memorable, special moments, because that's going to help us get noticed, make an impact on the scene. And so we have to create tracks that have an identity to them. Quickly to show you the layers, I've got the main layer right here. Again, that's just a revealed preset. And then I have, I think, another, this is actually an Ollie James preset from his sound bank. And on this one, I wanted to go for a bit more weight. So I wanted a layer that had all the high frequency energy, and the main layer is this top one, and the bottom one just adds some weight and some body to the sound. Take a listen. So here's the top layer. You can hear the bottom layer just, again, adds some weight and some low and mid frequencies back into the sound, so it has a bit more groundedness. All right, so beyond the respaces, I've just got some melodic content here. Here's some plucks in the break. Just a really good preset coming out of Spire, and it's just really 2 layers. We've got this layer here. That's the main layer. That's what you really are hearing in the track, and I've just got this supplemental supportive layer here as well. That's just a Nexus preset I found. You can see it right there, spherical pikes. But the main layer is right here. It's this preset, and I just left the delay and the reverb within the synth. I don't always do that, but the Spire delay and reverb was really good, so I left it on. And just some EQ, some more verb right here, some soothe too, just to take any resonant, ringy frequencies out of the signal, and just some more EQ at the end, just managing some of those ringy frequencies even more. One of the more important things are the one-shots, all of the ear candy and the details and all of the little sounds that go in the gaps and on the turnarounds. These sounds, these one-shots, they add a lot of detail and immersion to the track. And I think that what I'm about to show you is one of the more important aspects that differentiates an amateur track from a more professional track. When you take the time to find all of these unique one-shots, add them to the groove, it really just builds depth and detail to the track. And these are the things that when a label hears it, they tend to respect the production a little bit more because it shows that you took the time to really dive into the details.